good afternoon, and good evening to you, wherever you are around the world. Taken from the beautiful Only Me. Thank you. Well, well, well. Ladies and gentlemen, this information to follow is going to be on the latest Psyop. This one involves everybody across the plane, across the world, all who live under the dome. And there are those who do not. Well, when I say do not, I refer to our dome. Their dome is slightly larger. Folks, there's no time left to debate who's wrong and who's right. There is no time left to attempt to discover who knew and who didn't know. This is not about being first. It's not about winning. It's not about being superior. It's not about owning more objects. And it's not about earning more money. It's not about whether your crypto is a good investment or not. And it's not about whether Biden or Trump should be the puppet on the chair in the White House. It's not about Ukraine and Russia and their pantomime. No disrespect to the suffering people, but it's a psyop. It's a show. No disrespect to all the suffering people across the world. All of them are psyops and shows. When I refer to all of them, what is all of them? All of them is all the psyops. What is a psyop? A psyop is a psychological operation on the mind, long since known as MK Ultra, Mind Control Ultra. The control comes from a K, not a C. Look at the language German. Control, control, control. MK Ultra is mind control. There is only one step beyond physical control, and the use of money is the tool for physical control of a population, the human race. Money is the tool, the weapon. Money is the weapon to control the masses, not a shot fired. When money loses its value to the population, or when money is finally understood by a rising intelligence in the population, rebellion against money will follow, and has, or so it appears. Hence we move into digital currency. Hence we moved onto credit cards, plastic. You see, folks, that was always in the pipeline. When money was invented, coins, the first printed gold and silver coins, literally holding the value of the weight and the currency of the metal at the time. That was a very honest way of trading, because you had to acquire the metal through your labors and acquire the money through your labors, as we do today. Except then, when you got paid, you literally had your weight in gold or silver. Now, when you get paid, you have nothing. It's paper and worthless metals like nickel, copper, brass, bronze, whatever's it makes up each coin in each different country across the world. And now, to trade with your money, you can only purchase from a corporation. Any shop, any place you purchase from is part of the corporation. It's a registered business, as opposed to a private trade of the past, where you would simply exchange your weight in gold or silver for another product like apples or pears from another person. Very honest trading. Nowadays, you trade in numbers with credit cards and numbers on notes, serial numbers, bank numbers on notes. And digital currencies, codes on computers. Computers are made of silicone. It's the silicone invasion. And silicone is the enemy and opposite of carbon. Humans and plants and all nature, animals and nature, are carbon. most of all of creation is created from carbon. Our creation, that is, under our dome, that we can speak of. And silicone is the enemy of carbon. Also, silicone computers, digital technology is the culture of the masters who rule us. The human and non-human masters that are ruling the experiment. Their culture is technology. Our culture is nature. We are animal, created as such, genetically modified and perfected to function in nature. Not created to function in cities. Humans were not created, this model of human, us, we have emotion, empathy, compassion. We are not silicone technologically advanced beings. We are not pen pushing, office sitting, chair sitting, computer looking, computer researching, computer communicating, technological communicating beings. We are not button pushing, clock watching slaves. We are human creatures. Like other animals are lion creatures, crocodile creatures, elephant creatures, hippopotamus creatures, zebra creatures, praying mantis creatures, butterfly creatures. All creatures which inhale oxygen, the gas of life, and exhale carbon dioxide, the gas of plant life, which in turn exhales oxygen, the gas of animal life. And so you have the beautiful symbiosis of fauna and flora, of which we are a faunatic part. We are a part of fauna. We are not a part of AI. We are not artificially intelligent. We are not silicone, we are carbon. We are not digital, we are biological. We are not intelligence, we are emotion. We are not soulless, we are souls. We are souls. You see, folks, if you forget, and that's part of the game, excuse me, memory deletion is part of the game. Memory infiltration is part of the game. They want to fill your mind with so much distraction through the silicone technology, computers, that you never again use your own mind. You simply use your mind to think about their subjects. And while all this information is fed to you digitally and verbally, via pictures and words and videos and YouTube and Google, you are losing the ability to utilize your most powerful quality, which is intuition, derived from emotion. The power of human consciousness is steeped in intuition, based in emotion, compassion, and empathy. Thus is the power of human consciousness. A specific power that is not available to AI ever. A specific power that is not available to artificial anything ever, because it's very real. No concrete, no skyscraper, no city, and nothing in it, no objects in the cities, have any feelings of empathy, compassion, or any feelings whatsoever, and do not have the ability to intuit a single thing. Sadly, a majority of humans these days have forgotten, begotten themselves, foregone themselves, forgotten who they are, where they come from, and why they are here. Most humans are running around playing their part for the Illuminati under the Freemasonic banner, and that part be to continue the existence and functioning of the world's cities and economic system, neither of which is natural or of us or part of us or from us. What it is the laws of enslavement, is the regulations by which you will exist in harmony with the system in which you are placed. Neither the system nor the environment in which the system exists, known as city, is of you. It's opposite to you. Cities, concrete, enslavement, lack of interaction with other biological life, plant and animal, fauna and flora, is not of the human experience. The human experience has been hijacked thousands of years ago. And civilizations, those that build hierarchical cities with lower hierarchical slaves to function these city systems, the civilization creators, these are slave masters. These are not healthy, good, quality ideology or existence mode for the human race and for the consciousness which resides within the humans of the human race. The human race has been hoodwinked thousands of years ago to entertain the idea of civilization as opposed to communal existence in nature, symbiotic existence in and with nature, of which we are a part, fauna and flora, animals and plants, humans and plants. We are a form of animal, like lions. Since we deviated into the industrial age of building with non-biodegradable materials, we created non-biodegradable structures, very much like the pyramids. They were non-biodegradable structures that were solid enough to withstand geographical changes like floods, etc. And I guess monuments to hold energy. And I guess they were the energy power grid for the city, which is all around and below the desert sands, a civilization, the Giza Kem Egyptian civilization. The thing is, no matter whether it was the first cities of Egypt or other cities around the world, even Atlantis, Lemuria, all of these are civilizations, folks. They need a slave master system. Whether they are highly technologically advanced or not. Let's say highly technologically advanced is not good. It's not bad either. But it's equal to having a hand to deliver a slap or a fist to deliver a punch in self-defense when attacked by animal or human or other, and having a nuclear weapon. Now, not only is a nuclear weapon not only a defense like a slap or a punch, but like a slap or a punch, it can be for attacking. whereas a slap or a punch on a micro level will cause trauma and harm to another. Obviously, a nuclear weapon could seize the whole world in one go, or several of them. So for civilizations to create an industrial age of machinery, and then a technological age of computers, to then run the machinery, creating a robotic new age, which basically makes humans obsolete, as the robots will do everything better and without emotion. And that is the key, folks. All through the years that we know as the past 13,000 of our some sort of genetic lineage through the 5 ages or times that the Native Americans speak about, the sort of 5 states that so-called man has been through. These states, referred to as Neanderthal, Paleontolic, etc., were simply creations of different races of beings for the purpose of the masters, the slave masters. We are the 4th creation of those slave masters for their purposes. But the slave masters have always envied one particular thing: human consciousness carried within the soul, which is embodied in the biological body called man-woman. The entities that control the experiment known as life here on Earth want to extract or nullify human emotion, intuition, and hence affect the quality and power of human consciousness. Kind of like diluting a solution so it is less powerful. And in this way, creating systems that infiltrate the human mind, both with pointless imagery, videos, photos, words, and with purposeful imagery to brainwash you, to alter your thoughts, all of it across the board, is to manipulate your mind. It's a weapon focused at your mind, not at your body. So instead of this deletion of your physical body, the focus is to delete your consciousness, your compassion, your empathy, your power, your intuition, your soul power. And the way to damage your soul power is not to delete your body, but to affect the thinking and functioning and feeling, the emotional and intellectual capacity of your soul. The building has just started next door, so we're going to finish up here. That is what I'm talking about perfectly, though. The interruption of the cities, concrete, building, machinery type of lifestyle, type of understanding that we've been given as life. So to wrap this up, folks, what I'm saying to you is your consciousness, your empathy, your compassion, your soul and nature are who you are and why you are here. At the moment, many of us are here to deliver a message. And the message we're delivering is that it's time for humans to know who they are, why they are here, and to get going with resisting what is quite obviously another psychological operation on humanity. Having followed the 2019 plague and the deception of the poisoning of the nation, the human race, and having accepted the T-Rex attacks in 2001 in America on the two big buildings as an excuse to go and murder and pillage other cultures for selfish reasons of obtaining artifacts which they had in their museums and obtaining land and destroying the people due to fear. Other than that type of behavior, we are now into a new psychological operation, the one we have been warning you about. You are about to be introduced to an alien invasion. "2025, I would say. It may take a little longer, but probably not. The deep state will use Operation Bluebeam to light up the skies with alien invasion craft. They are going to fake an alien invasion and they are going to project it into the sky. It will be projections of craft, they will not be real. But they will utilize what they call the space station and other technologies that are up there, meaning in the stratosphere, not in space. There is no space. We are in a dome, folks. This has long been told by all the wise ones for many, 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 many thousands of years of what is really going on, where we really live, and who is really in charge. But at this point, all of that is insignificant. The only significance at this point, folks, is that the deep state are going to introduce an alien invasion, and they will use technologies in the sky to live fire on cities and say it's the alien craft that you are looking at in the sky, which will be projected. The reason for this is the same reason they utilize Psyops at all. And the reason is deflection. They do not want you to turn against them. They do not want to be the enemy, so they deflect the enemy to the aliens. They create an alien invasion, and all the human attention and aggression that is built up and rebellion goes against the aliens. The so-called aliens, an alien invasion. And it does not go towards the deep state and the masters. So the slaves do not rebel against the masters. The slaves rebel against the invasion, or the so-called invasion, because it's more pressing. And the idea, as we close up here, is that many cities will be destroyed by live fire, missiles, bombs, warfare on civilian warfare without the civilians even having a chance to react. And that is, folks, because the old cities need to be destroyed, as the old monuments were all destroyed, and on their mounds were built new temples called churches, and religions were manufactured to fill these churches, the new temples of the New World Order. The lodges. And it's happening again, folks. The cities need to be destroyed. They are old cities. And the new smart cities have been built and are being built. Hello, my boy. Hello, beautiful. Yes. Hello, my love. How are you? So that is what is pending, folks. The smart cities are being created. The 15-minute idea of 15-minute cities to bring down carbon emissions is simply to keep you indoors. The fake alien invasion and all the press that is starting to be released on aliens arriving in Banfield is the newest one from the other day on the news. People seeing aliens in their backyards, all the crafts. It will only continue, this type of propaganda, and it will continue to continue, and people will believe it's real because they will see what they believe is real in the sky, and things will be put there in the sky so that people believe they're real. So people are being set up, deceived. And as I said, the reason is to obliterate the old cities and move the elite into the new cities, and to reduce the population by 8 to 9 billion people. Folks, you are looking at World War III, alien invasion. Nothing to see here. Just a psychological operation. Same as the big buildings, 5,000 human sacrifice. You're about to see 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, it depends how successful they are. This is not fear, folks. This is wisdom. This is not panic. This is begin to intuit. This is not be afraid. This is wake up. This is not be tricked, be fooled. No. This is wake up time. This is time for you to begin to realize you have been tricked for thousands of years into being a slave when you never needed to be. But finally, your soul has advanced you far enough. Your consciousness is open enough and wise enough to know what to do, to outsmart the enemy, to hide if necessary. Escape and evade. And life will be continued. Stand and fight those weapons that are way beyond the ability of biology to sustain, like missiles, guns, bombs, explosions, grenades, tanks, aircraft, war on biology, on humans. Then, if we cannot fight, then we escape and we evade and we live and we continue the vessels, the bodies that carry consciousness, that carry souls, that carry the message of life, that keep consciousness alive, that carry intuition and spirit. Not AI robotics, not cyborg subhumans, not influenced, not humans with transmitters in their heads, being influenced, messages going in, acting on those messages like a robot. Not robots acting on messages and information and input, data. No, folks. Living, breathing, biological entities imbued with soul of spirit, looking to evolve wisdom and consciousness into higher spiritual harmonic planes, raising the vibration, seeking ascension. Not slave in cities, ruled by slave masters, going to work every day instead of play, going to earn money, the control mechanism of the slave masters, instead of going to play. Life has been arranged for you. The system has been forced on you. You are a spiritual being, having a human experience, a biological experience, as an ethereal entity. You are the master. You are the soul. You are in charge. You are the most powerful being in all of our existence that we know of at present. Soul consciousness is the highest form of technology. An aware, conscious soul is the diamond in the rough, is the superior state. Any added biological, artificial intelligence, or any added physical artificial intelligence creating subhuman consciousness, cyborg, cybergenetic technology, cyborg, cybergenetic being, is subhuman, as it uses data, memory obtained, not memory created. It uses data, video, photo, word, text, email, YouTube, Google, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, data, videos, photos, memory, data, not imagination. It is not a creator. It is a copier. It is an imitator. It is an imitator. It imitates creation. It's artificial intelligence. It's AI. It's a copy. It's cloning itself. It's studying humanity. Artificial intelligence is studying humanity through the 5-second facial recognition LiDAR technology that your phone takes a photo of you every 5 seconds to learn about human expression. It's not monitoring you. The tracking device in the phone does that. The LiDAR 5-second photography that is going on of your face, whether you like it or not, phone on or off, every 5 seconds, is studying human expression. So that AI is learning how to move the facial features of its robots so that they look exactly identical to humans. They are cloning humans into artificially intelligent robots, which extracts one vital component, the soul, which has a weapon, a tool called intuition, based on emotion tapped from consciousness. That is what's happening, folks. Humans are up for deletion as usual. For the 5th time, a new race will be created. This time they will be cloned on humans and will be artificially intelligent and very close to looking like and sounding like humans, but they will not be biological, they will not be conscious, they will not be soul. Therefore, they are simply droids, simply not real, simply an object like a table, full of great information that can speak and move. Be very aware of the confusion that will come from not knowing whether you are in the presence of a human or a clone. Be very careful that humans can disappear and clones can be replaced in their place and nobody will know. This is in full swing already. Folks, in a very, very near future, by 2030, you will not recognize the difference between artificial beings and human beings. You will need to know the difference, from intuiting the difference, from your self-conscious awareness. So you will have to practice your humanity to be able to notice your brothers and sisters, as opposed to the artificial ones that are coming, and the others. And the others? Well, isn't that the alien invasion? That's right, folks. There are no others for now. They are out there, but they are not in here, and nor do they want to be, because they are the creators of this experiment. This in here refers to under the fishbowl, under the dome, in the creation. We are in the creation, folks. We are in the experiment. And the experiment now is being altered to a highly technologically advanced experiment and a non-biological experiment. And the humans are to be done away with, and the non-biological entities, the AI robots, are to run the new world. So System 12 says. So the invading system on Mother Nature says. So the system. So the robots, so AI, so the slave masters would like. They would like nothing more than to destroy the feminine divine. They would like nothing more than to destroy spirit, nature, consciousness, awareness, intuition, reality, and fill it with duality and AI robotics. They would like to extract the complication of emotion and have much more obedient robotic beings to do their works. The humans take too many days off sick. Yes, folks, the more you introduce robots into your businesses, the more you introduce automation, automated payment systems, the more you introduce cashless society, the more you introduce robots and System 12, the more you delete yourself. The human is up for deletion, and you are playing a part in your own suicide. You are creating an automated, robotic, artificial, intelligent world that has no place for a biologically emotional, conscious soul creature in it. In fact, you will be seen as the enemy. Go and watch Terminator 2 with Arnold Schwarzenegger again. If you don't, the movie plays along with the same genre of what's occurring nowadays with System 12 and technology taking over, and Skynet is created, and the machine world is brought into being, and the humans suffer terribly. Excuse me. And the only focus for any human is to shut down the machine world, to shut down AI, to shut down Skynet. At the moment we have SpaceX. May as well be Skynet. The movies of the world, folks, the movies out of Hollywood, what a magical wand is made from, the wood of a Hollywood. The movies are predictive programming. They are all preparing you. The alien grey face that you've been seeing on every chip packet for years, and in all the movies, even the movie Paul about the alien grey, mostly just about greys, is programming you for acceptance of this grey race. The slaves, they are also slaves, the grey race. They are reptilian slaves, a slave of a reptilian race. our creators, the genetic creators of this fourth breed of their creation, this breed called humanity, up for deletion now, and the new breed oncoming. You see, folks, you must see the separation between invasion of System 12, artificial AI, computers, silicone, slave race, work, cities, buildings, concrete, and then nature. Mother Nature, fauna, flora, plants, animals, trees, shrubs, water, streams, rivers, snows, mountains, gorges, life, breath, oxygen in, carbon dioxide out, the life breath, food, free food, life for all, animals, free life, community life, sharing, caring, living in unity with your brothers and sisters, birthing, growing, loving, caring, helping, nurturing, living in harmony and happiness, joy, enjoying every day. Not being a slave, going to work, slave race, birthing in a hospital, written down, registered into the corporation, monitored, moneyfied, using money in the future, being forced to use money by the time you only know about money and the way of only the world of the System 12 because you got manipulated in school to understand as such. You got brainwashed to believe. You were to prepare to understand and learn subjects to fill your place in the world, in the System 12, for your slave masters, the Freemasons and the Illuminati and the deep state, this murderous Luciferian race, these sacrificial, murderous, raping, pillaging occults, the ones ruling your world, the ones enslaving you, and now about to kill you over the next years and blame the aliens. Yeah, those guys. Those ones that you honor and respect and listen to. Follow their words by the members of parliament who tell you to, and the police, and the military, and the legislation that comes before that tells you what to do. The police, military only come when you don't do what you're told to do. When you're not a good little obeying human like a robot. When you actually have a brain and a heart and a soul and a mind, put that all together in a mind, a functioning ability to function the biological system called your body, and to do amazing things beyond the paradigm, to become an anomaly, to become Neo in the Matrix, to clone a movie. Folks, the movie world has been preparing you for what they want you to believe and accept. That's all it's there for. Stop watching the screens. Reject the screen. Sounds like a good business. Reject the screen. Stop watching the screens. Stop watching the AI brainwashing you, controlling you, listening to you, watching you, learning off of you, learning about you. Reject it all before it's too late. Return to nature, folks. Go off grid. Find yourself a little place. It's that time, folks. Reject the cities because they are about to be attacked. If everybody's in one place called a city, it's very easy to attack and destroy millions in one go. If everybody's dispersed out in rural areas, farms, lands, communities across the plain, across the world, it's almost impossible to kill everybody. They work on the city notion that there's millions and billions in cities across the world, and if you just blow the city, you pretty much reduce the population, reduce the city so that nobody can utilize it, and they'll have to come begging at the doors of the new cities, the smart cities. It's a stitch-up, folks. You're heading into an artificial intelligent dominant society, an artificial takeover, an AI world where you will be completely controlled. I think you should think about it. I think you should feel about it. I think you should put your mind into action on this. Everybody, across the plane, across the world. The psychological operation next is an alien invasion that will entail live fire from the sky, from space technologies or SpaceX technologies, in the stratosphere technologies, just out of sight technologies that will appear like we are in an alien invasion for real, which we are not. How do we know we are not in a real alien invasion, folks? Because of the timing. It has only become available to humans to project projections into the sky. You only saw the first projections a few years ago of the dragons in China at New Year, and the whales and dolphins in the sky, and these new technological cinemas that have been shown. But the dragons were outdoor. I think the whales were projected outdoor in one of the New Years somewhere as well, projected into the sky. Dolphins swimming in the sky. Would you believe it? When pigs can fly. They can, folks. Pigs can fly. And anything can be projected into your sky. Don't believe all you see. Don't look up and just believe. Be very careful of what you choose to believe in, folks. Be very careful of staying in the cities much longer. Be very careful of the abilities of the deep state, of the evil-minded, controlling, domineering, Hitler-type humanity who is out there to do you a great injustice with a magnanimous psychological operation, Psyop, coming your way ASAP as far as they're concerned. Wake up, folks. Stand your ground. Know thyself. And know what is going on. Know truth and know lies. Know the deception. Know what they are portraying. Understand. Understand nobody. Stand under nobody. Stand up for yourself and nature. Otherwise, we are going to be living in smart cities by 2030, and most of nature will just simply be destroyed. Fires causing destruction across natural areas are purposeful. Wars created from religion and other political agendas are purposeful. Psychological operations like blowing up buildings and blaming somebody else to go over there and to take over is purposeful. Saying Russia is moving into Ukraine and doing atrocious things is purposeful. Every single thing is purposeful. They're all psychological operations. Every single large event being given to you, I'm talking about, are psychological operations for manipulation of the human race. That's it. That's the bottom line. Take control, folks. Fight hard. Fight for truth. Peace hard. Peace for truth. And if all else fails, folks, know what we used to do in these times was to escape and evade so that human life continued, soul life continued, consciousness continued in biological human vessels. If you need to go underground, literally subterranean, begin to understand your entry point nearest to you and where to go and how to survive. If you're going to stay on the surface of the earth, learn how to survive that. Yes, folks, we're moving into the necessity to survive. No fear. Awareness. Conscious awareness. The caterpillar now needs to become the butterfly. It's time to spread those wings, souls. It's time to spread those wings, souls. It's time to spread those wings, souls. Take flight. Conscious awareness is the Holy Grail. Consciousness, souls are the Holy Grail. We need to, at all costs, maintain soul consciousness, soul awareness, harmony, peace within the soul and the consciousness. If that means fighting for the survival of humanity, then that's what it's going to mean. Peace and love, folks. Love and light. Times are getting very, very critical across the plane in this world, that you enter your knowing. Enter not your believing, not your understanding somebody else, not your listening to rules, regulations and orders and commands and instructions. Soul search, folks. Know who you are, know why you are here, and know what your business is here now. Know what your duty is and activate. It's time for action, folks. It's time to activate and to move and to get going with your soul journey. It's time, folks. It's time for humanity to stand its ground, to stand its nature, to stand its place. Good luck. Do not be deceived. To all souls out there, to all consciousness, to all the awakened ones, it is time. Be awake. Love and light. Peace be with you.